Your group filed the second impeachment complaint against the Vice President. And yesterday we had a news item saying that it's possible that the father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, will represent the Vice President in court as one of her lawyers in her legal panel. Your reaction to that? The father defending the daughter.
That's political theater. It's we saw how former President Duterte acted when he faced the Senate and he faced the House. It was entertaining. It was political theater. So the problem here is that impeachment is really a serious mechanism for accountability. And for the Dutertes to turn that into political theater and an opportunity for them to grandstand and to agitate their adherents, I think it will defeat the purpose of the impeachment process. Of course, Vice President Duterte has all the right to choose her lawyer, but nakikinikinita ko na ano magiging itsura niyan. There will be a lot of cussing, there will be a lot of drama, at baka malihis, no? Baka ma-divert ang ating attention dun sa totoong usapin sa impeachment, which is the misuse of 612.5 million in confidential funds and other charges against the Vice President.
Pero sa mga hearings, nakikita natin hindi pinagpagsalita yung legal counsel, kailangan yung resource person talaga yung magsasalita. Pagdating naman sa mga impeachment hearings, how does it work?
Well, it's a trial. In the Senate, it will be a trial. And the lawyers will have a role to play. Parang korte yan eh. So the lawyers will be speaking. And the accused, unless she testifies, is the one who is just sitting there silent. It will be the lawyers who will be fighting for her. So malaki ang magiging papel ni President Duterte, former President Duterte dyan, if ever.
But what's her plan?
And I think he will enjoy it. I mean, he loves all the drama and the attention.
He was able to take, I think, control of the room in the Senate. No? Medyo nakita mo
yes,
talagang
precisely.
sa kanya.
He's going to intimidate everyone there. He's going to threaten. He's going to cuss. He's going to, do everything. Pasikat Duterte style. And that will divert the issue from the serious charges that the daughter is facing.
But what's your plan come January? Kasi very limited yung time. Mag-start na rin yung campaign period in just a few weeks pag nag-start na yung 2025. Of course, tatlo pa yung impeachment cases against Vice President Sara Duterte. I don't know if those three will be consolidated. Paano mag-work yun?
I think the best case scenario is that the three complaints are consolidated and then they get the required 1/3 votes. And then before Congress goes on recess by February, maipadala na sa Senado ito, having garnered the 1/3 votes or 106 signatures of the congressmen. And the Senate can probably, again, best case scenario, the Senate can create the impeachment court and then get permission to hold sessions even during the campaign period. But as I said, it's a best case scenario, not likely. Most likely, the Senate will, if the House musters the 1/3 vote, the Senate will probably start hearings on this after the elections, when session resumes in June. And then, siguro, ipapasa yan hanggang sa next Congress, where there will be 12 new senators. Of course, this has never happened before, so there will be a lot of novel questions and procedures to happen. Pero yun, tingin ko medyo mahihirapan na rin ang Senado to make the decision before the elections. But as far as the House is concerned, I think even before they go on recess by February, they can decide on this already.
Well, Teddy, looking ahead to the 2025 midterm elections, the Makabayan bloc is actually fielding its biggest slate yet since the 1980s. What do you make of the recent senatorial surveys where a lot of familiar names nationally emerge as frontrunners? Meaning, on your end, how do you plan on having your senatorial bets become more conscious in the minds of voters?
Well, having an 11-person slate is itself a big leap already. So we hope to be that third alternative, because the administration slate is, of course, the pro-Marcos slate. Then the Dutertes are presenting themselves as the new opposition. And then there is no traditional opposition. The Liberal Party has only one candidate. So we're hoping that the Makabayan slate becomes the people's opposition. And we will be harping on that this campaign period. The campaign hasn't started. And so these surveys are what we call pre-campaign surveys. Hopefully when we start with the campaign and we really go around the country and come up with our campaign materials, then we can project ourselves as the third alternative to the Marcos administration and the so-called Duterte opposition. And that will probably, give our candidates more recognition and more attention by the public.
What machinery do you think would be your advantage here? Taking a look at the recent Pulse Asia survey, nasa parang 29 po kayo, 26 to 37, yung rank and awareness of 29. What kind of work do you have to do in the coming months to be able to climb up the survey rankings?
The surveys are really affected by ads, whether TV ads, radio ads, or social media ads. And unfortunately, that requires millions, even billions of pesos, and that's something that we do not have. So we will really have to rely on the ground campaign, on our volunteers, on organizations that we have. That's why our slate is composed of leaders from the various sectoral organizations, and we hope to tap into the machineries and the energies of these people's organizations. And hopefully, pag kumasa yan, we hopefully have the same reach as traditional media. But we will do it on the ground. It's a very challenging strategy, and we hope that it works out for these elections.
It's probably going to be a bit of a climb, though, because looking at
It will
the
be.
top 13 or top 15, mga big political dynasties na nakikita natin, ano? Yung mga pangalan na nakapasok nga ng number 8, si Willie Revillame, siya yung independent dito, but we see the traditional names, Cayetano, Tulfo, Soto, Marcos, Binay. It is a competitive senatorial race.
Masikip.
Oo. So being pragmatic about it, it's going to take a lot of work. Or probably, sabi nga ni Ronald Llamas kahapon, a disruption. Yung progressive side will have to play a little bit into populist moves para kahit pa paano maka-disrupt dito nga sa politika sa Pilipinas.
Well, there's that, of course, but there's also, we also sense that the people are starting to get tired of the same kind of politicians, mga, traditional political dynasties, mga artista whose only qualification is their fame. And when the debate starts, when the discussion starts about platforms and programs, we expect people to, see that these people are offering the same things. And that's why we will have to be not only in terms of tactics, but also in terms of platforms, we will really have to distinguish ourselves as a radical alternative. And I think people are looking for that because na-try na nila yung Marcos, ilang beses na na-try na yung Duterte. Baka naman maghanap na sila ng bago.